So, have you ever had a TV show that you just fell in love with, and season after season it would get better and better, and then years later, after a lot of commitment, tears and laughter, you come to the season finale and it just really sucks and it's a waste of your time? Well, if so, then you're going to be able to relate to this list because that's what we're going to be talking about today. And just to warn you guys, I am going to be talking about these series, so if you haven't watched them, there are going to be spoilers. Hey guys, I'm Court McGinley and welcome back to the most amazing top 5. Sit back, subscribe, and let me entertain you. Before we get started on this heartbreaking list, I want to know, what's your favorite TV show? Let me know your answer down in the comments. Alright, let's get started on this list of the top 5 worst TV show endings. In at number 5, Roseanne. This show was on the air from 1988 to 1997, so I know for some of you this is before your time. Heck, it's even before my time, but I've seen several episodes online and through reruns. The show was incredibly hilarious, and it was basically about a working class family who struggled with common life occurrences such as money, parents-in-law, marriage, and children. But a lot of people feel the way they ended the show was a cop-out, and I agree. After 9 seasons, the show took a weird turn when the main character, Roseanne, won the lottery. So of course the family went nuts and they were living it up. So you think to yourself, finally the family that you grew to love over the past 9 years is finally catching a break, and you expect a happy ending. But then in the final episode, we get hit with the fact that all of this, everything we've been watching, was a story thought up by Roseanne. We discover that Dan, who was her husband, who suffered from a heart attack in the previous season, actually didn't recover. And sadly, he died. And then everything we've seen was just a product of her writing. This includes details about her family, such as her sister being a lesbian, and her kids Darlene and Becky were dating the opposite guys as they were in her story. It's pretty bizarre that writers would turn this uplifting comical show into this sad story. At number 4, That 70s Show. This show was on TV from 1998 to 2006, and it was hilarious. I mean, Red, come on. He was quite a character. But the final season just wasn't good. I don't know if the writers got lazy or what happened. I mean, this is the first and only season without the show's main character, Eric. He came in for the final episode, but it was very brief. Then we have a new character, Randy, who was supposed to take Eric's place, but no one liked that. Then Kelso, who was such a hilarious character, was only in 5 episodes. Then Jackie and Fez ended up together. Most of us thought Jackie and Hyde should have been together, but oh no, he ended up marrying a stripper named Samantha. Yeah, just altogether a really bad way to end such a popular show. In at number 3, How I Met Your Mother. Oh, don't even get me started on this one. This show was on the air from 2005 to 2014. So for 9 long years, we were in this huge guessing game of who Ted ended up with. For the longest time, we thought Ted and Robin would end up together, but Robin ends up marrying Barney. Ted ended up marrying a woman named Tracy, but she is barely in the show. And then Robin and Barney divorce and Ted's wife dies. Yeah, a whole lot of sadness. In the final minutes of the show, Ted ends up going to Robin's with a blue horn, which if you watch the show you would know that was a pretty adorable move. While this was shocking, it still bothered fans to no end. I mean, after all of this, after watching 208 episodes that featured an important moment in his life that supposedly led up to him meeting his wife, he just ends up with Robin. I mean, yeah, love stories don't always have a happy ending. But none of us wanted Ted's wife to die. But with such a long, drawn-out story about how Ted meets his wife, you'd expect their story to end in a really romantic way. I mean, it is a show. They didn't have to kill her off. Coming in at number 2, Dexter. Dexter was on the air from 2006 to 2013. So the show lasted for 8 seasons, and viewers kind of became infatuated with a serial killer that, for whatever reason, you found really attractive. And up until season 4, each season was better than the last. And it was actually in season 4 when we were introduced to the Trinity Killer. But then we come to the final season, and viewers were aggravated as it felt cheap and rushed. You know, we had Dexter living and hiding as a lumberjack, and viewers really didn't like that. Many viewers have actually requested a spin-off as a hope to get some answers and to try to see the show in a positive light again. And in our number 1 spot, we have Lost. This show was so popular at one point in time, and it was on the air from 2004 to to 2010. And the way they ended the show, oh my god. So for those of you who don't know, this show was basically about a bunch of people on an island for 6 years. So the ending of the show was 2.5 hours, so people were expecting great things. But it turns out they all died. And they didn't die all together. Oh no! They died at all different times throughout history. And then we have them remembering they're dead, which is awful. Like, how can you end such a fascinating story with all your characters being dead? It's just a cop-out. Well, there you have it. That's our list of the top 5 TV show endings. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one.